Becoming Boba by Joanna Ho. Illustrations by Amber Wren. Okay, first of all, this book is just adorable. And I'm sorry, but I will warn you now, I'm probably going to fangirl all throughout this book because it is so beautiful. And I love boba tea, so, Milk Tea Town was steeped in tradition. Residents prided themselves on their subtle shades of brown, quality ingredients, and classic milk tea flavor. Nothing changed in Milk Tea Town. This is how things were. It's how they always had been. It's how folks wanted things to stay. I can't get over it. It's just so cute. These little boba teas are adorable. Everything brewed along quite nicely, that is, until Mindy came along. Unlike most milk tea babies, shaking didn't soothe Mindy. Stirring didn't help either. Her colors were ever so slightly not entirely brown. But not exactly not brown either. The differences were subtle at first. As Mindy grew, the differences that seemed so subtle, and these are like a whole bunch of bobas, became simply scandalous. Much to the town's distress, Mindy wasn't the only one. She was just the first. The town seemed to overflow with tiny milk teas many thought were questionably, probably not quite milk teas at all. And then these are just little banters from the little bobos. Milk Tea Town will be ruined if we aren't even milk tea. Our kids are forgetting who they are. There must be something in the water. The grown-ups were perplexed and pulling out their straws. They didn't want anything to change in Milk Tea Town. It's how things were. It's how they always had been. It's how they wanted things to stay. Mindy didn't want to be the reason for the downfall of Milk Tea Town. She wanted to be milk tea enough. So she attended culture classes to bring back her subtle shades. Enrolled in Friday night milk tea school to learn about her quality ingredients. On there it says tea, pearls, milk. Started a history project at school to honor classic milk tea flavors. She worked hard to be more milk tea and even invited her friends to join. Together, they practiced their boba skills, studied recommended textbooks, and interviewed town elders who spilled some tea and other juicy tidbits. Mindy began to wonder, what did it really mean to be milk tea anyways? She led her friends on a research mission throughout the library. They discovered dust-covered diaries and long-buried secrets. They realized, holy cheese foam! Being milk tea enough didn't have anything to do with milk or tea at all. They pasted together a presentation on the history of milk tea and invited all the grown-ups in town. Kevin kicked things off. Travelers from other lands made off with his ancestors. They brought them back, well, changed. Annie discovered her family's long line of quality ingredients came from overseas and not from Milk Tea Town at all. Justin's great-great-great-great-great-grandmother was a pudding who ran off with a tea and caused quite the stir. On and on it went until Mindy. Mindy's ancestor, the very first milk tea with pearls, was abandoned on a counter in Milk Tea Town. Where did he come from? No one knew. Her family tree was still a mystery. Can relate. Mindy said, "So you see, Milk Tea Town has quite a colorful history. Our quality ingredients came from different places, and we've always mixed things up. The most classic milk tea flavor is one that keeps on changing." When she paused, the grown-ups looked at one another. They looked at their little ones. But Mindy wasn't done. "We're not just milk tea enough. We're more than milk tea because we've always added unexpected layers and toppings to drinks that have been passed down. We are becoming boba, and our flavors will only grow richer with time." The grown-ups were too stunned to make a sound. Then Mindy's parents started clapping, and soon everyone bubbled over with cheers. Milk Tea Town was steeped in tradition. Residents prided themselves on their vibrant colors, innovative ingredients, and flavors that kept on changing in the most classic milk tea way. Thanks to Mindy and her friends, they realized this is how things were. It's how they always had been. It's how the residents of Milk Tea Town wanted things to stay. This book is just so cute. And then, like, the last page, it's called The Drama and Intrigue, and it's the history of boba tea, and it's in comic fashion. It's really cute and adorable. This book is just great on so many levels. Like, yes, you can, on the surface, just say it's about boba tea, but it's not. I think us adults know it's more than that. But I just love it, the way it was presented. And I'm a big fan of anything that's like cute and adorable, which was this whole book. The illustrator did such a fantastic job. But also, just like, the writing was also really great too. I love boba tea, and I'm from Wisconsin, so it's not really something I grew up with or even had a chance to get until like much later in life. And I didn't get it in Wisconsin. I'm not saying Wisconsin doesn't have it. I'm just saying where I lived in Wisconsin, it wasn't anywhere close to me, but I used to have to go to Chicago to go get it, which was fun. Now it's not a problem. I live like where I can get it just with ease, but just how things have changed. And I love boba tea. My daughters love boba tea. And I really hope you enjoyed this book, and remember that you are special, and I hope something good happens to you today. Thank you so much for letting me read this book to you, and I'll catch you on the next read. Bye.